everyone, today I am doing my April favorites video. I know it's a little bit late, but we had a few holidays here in Japan which is called Golden Week, and I couldn't film during that time, so I'm filming my favorites video now. I'm going to start with skincare and body care. The skincare product that I loved using the most in April was Multani Mitti Facial Ubtan from Forest Essentials. It comes in a packaging like this. This face pack is really good for deep cleansing the skin. It helps remove the excess oil from the skin, and it also gives a bit of an exfoliation, and my skin just feels really smooth and really soft after use, and it does help in drying pimples as well. So if you have any active acne, this is quite good in helping shrink them. This is in a powder form, so you need to mix this either with just plain water, or you can use aloe vera juice, rose water, or even yogurt. So I really enjoyed using that in April, and I'll continue to use that in the summer. So that is my skincare favorite. I also have a body care favorite, and it is an after bath oil. It is from the brand Imli Street, and the variant I have is the rose patchouli. And you might recall this from this little feature I had done on the blog featuring a lot of rose scented products that you can find in India. Doesn't look like I've used up much of it, but you need just a really small amount of this after you've taken a bath. I apply this right after a shower or a bath when my skin is still quite damp, and it just absorbs in really quickly on damp skin, and it just has the most amazing rose fragrance. And if you like rose scents, you really have to try this because it smells really beautiful, really natural. You definitely get that whole sense as if you're surrounded by roses, and the scent actually stays on the skin for some time. And I do want to mention that this is not a very heavy oil, so it's not like it leaves your skin greasy. It does leave a bit of smoothness on the skin like any oil would do. When you apply it on damp skin and apply a tiny amount of it, it doesn't make your skin greasy or anything. Coming to my makeup favorites, I am going to start with my base makeup. I have two products here which I really enjoyed using in April. Of late I have come to a new everyday skincare routine where I basically don't use any BB cream or foundation all over the face. I just use concealer on certain points where I need coverage, and then I use a loose powder all over the face. Now this is only when I'm heading out in the heat, because I've not been really liking that sensation of having foundation all over my face. Also because my skin tends to get oilier when the weather shifts to more summer. Right now it's still pretty much spring, but we are slowly moving into summer, and it's getting more hot and humid here in Tokyo, and my T-zone gets really oily. And most foundations, no matter how nice they look freshly applied, after a few hours they start looking slightly dull even with the primer. And I have just been preferring the look of just concealer with loose powder all over the face. It's not a very flawless look because loose powder doesn't actually give enough coverage to even out your skin completely, but it does give slight coverage, so your face just looks slightly more evened out, not completely flawless, but I'm okay with that. So the products that I've been using for my everyday look are the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and the Clinique Loose Powder. NARS concealer is very creamy, it's quite high coverage. It's a liquid, so it blends really well. It does crease a little bit, so you need to set it well with powder, but it just works really well for my skin. Looks quite natural but still gives decent coverage, so I've been using that quite a lot. And the Clinique Loose Powder is just a great very lightweight but mattifying powder that is great for sensitive skin also. So even if you're having some breakouts, you can easily use this. I'm personally quite a big fan of the base makeup from Clinique. I have used few of their foundations in the past. I'm not using any one currently, but I do use their concealer and their loose powder, and this one is just really good. It lasts a very long time. I got this more than 2 years back, and I've been using it on and off. I don't use it every day, but I do use it a few times every month, I can say, and of late I've been using it a lot, and you just need a really tiny amount, and it just blends very naturally into the skin, doesn't give a very cakey or heavy powdery look, and it's just a great loose powder, and I do highly recommend this. Coming to eye makeup, I have a couple of eyeshadows here. These are from Geek. If you watched my videos in April, you would have seen these make an appearance in almost every videos. Not these particular shades, but Geek eyeshadows in general. I bought a few of their eyeshadows back in February. I really enjoyed using them, and last month they also sent me a few eyeshadows and 2 of their blushes, and I have to say I'm just really enjoying using their products. So my top 2 picks for eyeshadows are these 2 shades. This is Cosmopolitan. This, in my opinion, is truly a must-have. It's a really pretty peachy pink gold color, mostly like a peachy gold color, and it has this beautiful duochrome, and it just looks really nice on brown eyes, and I think it'll look really nice on blue eyes as well. I've done a full post on all my Geek eyeshadows with swatches and recommendations for Indian skin, so I will just put a link to that below in the description box. You can check that out. I don't want to make this video like a full review of Geek eyeshadows, but I do like them quite a lot. So that was Cosmopolitan, and the second shade that I have been liking quite a lot is Grandstand. This is one of the foiled eyeshadows. Foil eyeshadows from Geek are slightly more expensive than the regular eyeshadows. I think they are $10 for a pan, and what is special about them is that they have this really beautiful, very metallic foiled finish. All the textures are really smooth, very creamy. They are really pigmented. The only problem that I've faced with the foil eyeshadows is that they tend to crease a little bit, so I recommend use them only on the mobile part of the lid. The moment your crease portion starts, don't use it above that part, otherwise it will end up creasing even with a primer. So I just use it on the mobile part of the lid, and this particular color Grandstand is a beautiful rose gold sort of a color. Grandstand is one of those colors that can work for pretty much every skin tone. It's just really pretty, applied all over the lid with a little bit of brown eyeshadow in the crease, and I have used this in my Coral Pop tutorial, I think, so you can check that out, see how it looks on my skin tone. I also have a blush from Geek in this month's favorites, and it is the shade Summer Fling, which is really beautiful. This is deep peachy coral color with a matte finish. Quality is really fantastic. It's a very smooth and silky formula. It blends really well, and it stays really well too. Like, it stayed for over 8 hours on my skin, which is pretty fantastic. So if you want to see how this looks on my complexion, you can check out my Coral Pop tutorial. Talking of cheek products, I have these 2 products from the Balm, which have been featured in pretty much every tutorial for the past couple of weeks. The first product is the Bahama Mama bronzer. This is a really good product for bronzing as well as for contouring, because it's not a very orangey toned bronzer, but it's not so grayish that you cannot use it for bronzing. It works really nicely for my skin. It's not too dark, it's not too light. Quality is really nice as well. It's a sheer bronzer, so you don't end up with too much product on your cheeks. You can easily layer it, build it, according to how much intensity you want, and it stays really well. It has a satiny matte finish, which looks very natural and clean on the skin, and it just works really well whether you use it as a contour or as a bronzer, and I highly recommend that. I've also been loving this highlighter from the Balm. This is the Merry Luminizer, and this is one of the nicest highlighters I have, and I honestly have stopped using all my other highlighters ever since I got this. I've done a full review of both these products from the Balm, so I'll put a link to that, to those blog posts, in the description box. You can check that out. You can see it working just for many skin types, because it's just a very universally flattering color. You can get a lot of different kind of looks with it depending on how you use it. If you use it with a very light brush, maybe a fan brush or a skunk brush, you can get this very soft veil of shimmer, but if you want to get like this really metallic, really high shine look, you can just layer on the product. Highly recommend that from the Balm as well. It's definitely one of my absolute favorite highlighters. And coming to the lip products, I have got two lipsticks here. I have got Color Bar Soft Touch lipstick in the shade Matina. Is a very warm color. It's a very warm earthy brick red, a very Marsala Pantone 2015 color. I think it's a very nice color for deeper skin. If you tend to gravitate towards slightly brownish colors or wine colors, this is a very nice color, but it's not like an outright brown. It's got this reddish orangey coppery tone. If you've done like a copper, bronze or gold on the eye, this lipstick just pairs really nicely with it. I haven't tried many of the soft touch lipsticks from Color Bar, so this was really a surprise because it was really hydrating and it just made my lips feel really soft, and the color stays quite well as well. And the second lip product I have is a Revlon Color Burst Matte Balm. This is the shade Elusive. I've talked about the shade Sultry from this range, I think, in a lot of my blog posts. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on my channel here, but it's a very nice color for Indian skin. It's a plummy pink color that, especially on dark skin, I think it looks quite natural, like a nice natural pink. On lighter skin it might look slightly dark, not as natural, but for medium to deep complexions it's a very nice color. Elusive is like a lighter version of Sultry, so this looks more pastel on me, but I have been liking that slightly pastel pink look. It doesn't wash you out completely. It's not super light, it's not an actual pastel pink, but it just gives a slightly pastel look to my lips because I have about medium complexion and slightly pigmented lips. I won't recommend this for very deep skin. I think it might make you look a bit washed out, but for light to medium skin this is a really nice, very soft rosy pink color. And that wraps up my April favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd love to know what products you enjoyed using in April, so don't forget to leave me a comment below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to my channel so you never miss an update when a new video goes up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye.